Mark in the Philippines writes to me and he says, I want to try to feel the stereo experience a little bit more. Who doesn't? I bought the Stereo Audiophiles Guide and CD. Thank you, sir. But my small 16 by 8 by 8 foot bedroom cannot easily accommodate the precise speaker placements that you wrote about in the book. My wife is out for a 2-month vacation. Wow. Okay. I think I'd go nuts if Terry was left me for 2 months. So I have some time to play around in the room. My question is, can I use the short wall instead to listen to my speakers so that they have some breathing room from the other walls? Sure. One thing I will say that I just published a new book, which I know I talked about before and everybody went and looked and it wasn't there. Well, it's there now. It's the Audiophiles Guide, the loudspeaker, and you can go to Amazon, and I promise you it is there and it's worth grabbing. And I don't know when this video airs, but by the time it does air, it should be true that the associated SACD of the same name, the Audiophiles Guide, the stereo that we produced at Octave Records, which in fact is the very first Octave Records that was all done in DSD 256, and it's beautiful. But that whole package should be available. But I guarantee you right now, the book is available. So grab a copy of that, because in that book, we talk very specifically about short wall versus long wall and how to do it. Before I get on, I did want to share a couple of things with you. Just Copper Magazine, this is a thing we did. I think I don't know where we are now, 130 or 120, but way back when, Copper Magazine, we did our 100th issue. And look at all these. Isn't that just the coolest? So for those of you that don't know about Copper Magazine, you should. If you're into music, if you're into reading and discovering cool things about musicians and music and a little bit about stereo, but it's more about music. Copper Magazine is really music oriented, run by one of our great friends, Frank Doris. Frank does a spectacular job. It comes out once every 2 weeks. It's free and it's ad-free. There's no ads. No one's going to bother you. You sign up for it, and once every 2 weeks you get a great magazine that you can download or just read online. So if you're interested, go to psaudio.com, and right at the top up there you'll see Copper Magazine. Go there, sign up for it, or just give it a read. I think you'll be very impressed. The other thing I wanted to share, because we happen to be in an office here that has it, is this picture. This is one of I used to be very much into photography, and this is a pretty cool old picture of mine. This was shot on an 8x10 view camera back when I used to be in view cameras. It's of Notch Mountain. See the little notch up there? It's on the way to Minturn, Colorado. And I just fell in love with this whole, driving up the street like, whoa! I mean, look at the gorgeous colors we get here in the fall. And this is back when I used to do film and all, so kind of cool, huh? Oh, horn toot there. Okay, all right, so short wall versus long wall. The short wall is, when you look at a rectangular room, the short wall is the end pieces, that's the shortest wall of the rectangle, okay? And the long wall is this length. Now, in short rooms where he's doing the long wall, which is not something that I particularly recommend. I'm a short wall kind of guy. I like to shoot the speakers down into the length of the room because speakers need to have breathing room behind them in order to create a sound stage. Now, there's plenty of opinions, if you will, on all of that. If you're going to do a long wall, you want to do it like the guys at Wilson do. They put the speakers very far apart, and also Definitive and Golden Ear, all of Sandy's products. They put the speakers fairly far apart along the long wall, and then they point the speakers at your ears. So what that creates is this marvelous soundstage between the speakers. Now, I'm not a fan of that. Personally, I like the soundstage to be able to go behind the speakers, extend to the sides of the speakers with height and depth and all of that. And there, you want to make sure the speakers are kind of pointed at you, just a little bit of toe in. But that's hard to do on some of these other walls. So if you have a chance, pick up a copy of the book, The Audiophile's Guide, the loudspeaker, and we go into great depth so that regardless of what your room configuration is, you're going to get great sound out of it. Okay. Good luck with that, and have fun while your wife's gone. All right. Take it easy. Bye.